slow dance for like an hour.
Mm-hmm. What about what about Andre and Rayla?
Oh, they're dead.
They're dead. They're
Yeah,
gone.
they're just dead. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they
They
didn't
ins
survive.
they insulted Durash's fit, and she just didn't take well to that.
They were no, they actually danced to death.
Ooh.
See, Mavis doesn't need to breathe, or like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have like normal body function,
Mm-hmm.
so she's built different.
Mm-hmm. But they
Andre and Darla, however,
mm-hmm.
have the limitations of humanity on them
Mm-hmm.
and
Because they
cannot
dance
dance the
they
night
dance
away.
for like 40 hours and just collapse from exhaustion
Yeah,
in the
yeah, they
morning.
can't dance the night away. They don't have the
Mm-hmm.
strength.
All right. All right. That's a good recap. Double, do you want to try again? He did. He got epic right. That's true. Yeah, you sure you want to try and give that maybe more details? You don't really. Mhm. Alright. Mhm. Okay, you got them in an unconventional order. It's like, Guillermo del Toro, storytelling. I get that, I get that. Alright. Also, yeah, hop and whisper with me real quick. I wanna confirm
Mhm,
something.
mhm.
She came back for a second. I'll be right back.
I have come back, and I believe that has gone. All right, I'm gonna go get a refill of water, and then we can begin. I have come back. I've gotten water and a nice muffin. You go often to Costco, Double? You go to Costco often? Huh. Why not? Huh. I always thought that was like an American thing, just going to Costco. Have I just been mistaken this entire time? Or... Wait, are you telling me there's no Costco in Louisiana? Hmm. Well, that's a surprise. I was wondering because I went to Costco a while ago and they sell these fucking muffins. Here, let me show you the goddamn muffin. Look at this. This thing is fucking enormous. This is my fist in comparison. Like, this thing is huge. This is a fork right next to it. How do I? Yeah. And I just don't understand how you guys just like eat those. This is my excuse because I didn't really eat dinner today. Should probably cut dice out. That would be a good idea. What what kind of dice, Double, do you think I should use this session? Some shiny ones, huh? You think gem or metal? Hmm. I got translucent. Alright. So I've got translucent, I've got pink, I've got rainbow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me get them. These are the special dies that I've only used once so far. I keep them in a box that's themed around dragons. There it is. And these will be tremendous overkill for today's session. Nice! I'm totally gonna get that. I love that. Mm. I love I love that. It's not martyring yourself. It's just refusing to stop. That's kind of hot. That was an insane read on your part. What you saw the chainsword and you thought of Yash. How did that? Hmm. Because she is vicious and destructive like that. Okay. It's getting cold. I'm gonna go get my snuggie as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, that reminds me. I wanted to ask. I saw you guys were like in BC a while ago, just talking about like the accommodations for when we go to Toronto. What did you guys settle on? I see. For like the plane or the hotel. I see. Well, a travel agent for that, really? Surprise. Hmm, that is cool. And have you bought your plane ticket? I think he's gone, lost to the winds. Nope, not bad. Nice. Yeah, have you bought your plane ticket? Oh, nice. Damn, that's good.
I'm back.
Hi back. I'm Dad. There we go.
Let me fix my setup.
Daria, do you go to Costco often?
Costco?
Mhm.
We actually go like once every 2 weeks or something.
You know those fucking muffins they have?
The like tiny like chocolate chip or blueberry ones.
The tiny one? I mean the ones that are like 5 inches in diameter.
Yeah, those. We usually buy the tiny ones.
Oh,
Oh, we don't actually really buy them that often.
or
Wait, no, I'm thinking of Trader Joe's. So no, I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, okay. Because I went to Costco like 2 weeks ago and I got some of those fucking muffins.
Mm.
These things are enormous. I don't know how you got. I thought neither nor you nor Double has actually had those, so I guess maybe that's just maybe I was lied to, and like Americans don't actually go to Costco that much.
I know we go to Costco. We don't buy pastries there that often.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
right now, we're buying the large it's like a berry cream cheese pastry mix thing.
That sounds fun.
We buy those sometimes,
Mm.
and croissants.
Ooh, croissants are very good. Do you just eat them as they are, or do you make meals out of them?
I usually eat them as they are.
Mm. It's a solid choice, honestly. It's hard to go wrong. The French don't know much, but they do know about croissants. There we go. Well, the both of you are ready, and we will start where we last left off. So, are both of you ready?
Give me one more second.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything is open yet. Right, have that. This is open. I think I'm good.
All right. The one you hear, baby girl.
I still cringe.
All right. In that case, let me share my screen real quick. Oh, I completely forgot to hold on. No, I forgot one. I got that one song that I always use. Hold on. Yeah. Streaming the application. There we go. All right. And on that note, we will begin where we last left off. As Andre, you along with Rayla and Kana all emerge back in the waiting room of the Order Limier. And there you find Mavis has mysteriously reappeared there. Mavis, you yourself have only come back a few seconds ago, coming back to your senses. And immediately as you do, you see a portal open. Behind it, a very nice cliff. You can smell the sea salted air. And you can hear something big, large, billowing, roaring. And out of the portal come Rayla, Andre, and Kana. The last one missing the bandages and the acrid smell that perhaps you've come to associate with them. You guys ever do anything?
Mavis just kind of blinks at you a couple times and she's a little bewildered right now. Oh. Hi? What? Has it
Hello?
been that long?
Who are you speaking to?
I'm so Andre.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You found Rayla? Wait. Wait, how long was I gone for? Oh, thank God.
Rayla is a little bit more jittery than usual. She takes a step forward, looking you up and down, Mavis. Are you okay, Mavis? You've been disappearing a lot lately.
No, I think I'm okay, but it's not important right now.
She kind of tilts her head to the side. Oh, okay then. Kana behind you, Andre seems a little bit confused. Where where is this? What is this place? Without? Hmm. Huh. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
She's kind of looking around, curious, clearly. She sets out kind of to examine the room, her fingers snapping, and just examining the materials. Everything here feels weirdly magical.
Yeah, how are you feeling? You seem different.
Oh, I'm doing great, actually. It's been a while since I felt this good. It feels alive, you know? She kind of turns back to you, from what you know, uncharacteristically happy. For Andre, it's been a while since you've seen her lighthearted like this.
We should probably head out, I think. Is it okay that she's here right now? Oh. Oh, you all met up.
Also, you
That's
also know that person.
yeah, with the feathers and the hair. Yeah, we've met.
Big cheese. See, you stay a big player? She looks more and more uncertain as she says those words. Hmm. Well,
But like, there's other people that work here that maybe she shouldn't run into, and yeah, let's go.
hmm.
And there's people that work here that I don't want to run into. Yep.
You do so, and the portal appears. Kana looks bewildered. Oh, so you can do that too? What is this thing? It's like a key or a dagger? Bit of both. Here, show it to me. She's kind of gone up to you now, and she's
I
much shorter than you, so she can't see so much of the details.
I'd really recommend against it.
She kind of looks at you, Mavis, trying to assess what might be going on. Yeah, this place feels weirdly magical. I might take your word for it. This time. There's a key that opens. She kind of takes out a little notepad, jotting down a few things. So we just enter this, and there's nothing to say or.
Which one are you activating? Are we gonna appear in your bathroom?
You've usually decided after entering.
No, I'm saying, are we just gonna walk with Kana and just go to your bathroom?
Nah, Darasha's the one that opened the portal.
Alright.
You head on in through the portal, and you emerge back in your house. It's the same as you've left it. It feels a little bit emptier. You can hear the birds chirping. Now you're closer to the afternoon than noon. It's been a hot minute. The streets seem more full than before. The clouds are out now, and the day is more calm, happier than it was at the beginning. I assume Mavis follows as well.
Yep.
Kana just kind of hangs back, well, letting you guys pass through and then going after. Feels weird. But this is how you teleport, huh? There's not really any glyphs. You can hear her speak, muttering to herself through the process. Rayla follows afterwards, and you all emerge in your bathroom, Andre. Well, this is your home, isn't it? What? Is this? She kind of kneels to the ground, quickly seeing the obvious detail in the room. Is this what makes this work?
Sort of.
She had already knelt down, was kind of tapping it a little bit. After you say that, she kind of picks her hand back up with the dark smudge on it. Oh.
Partial. Wait. Never mind.
What do you mean partial?
Don't
She
worry
looks
about it.
back at you. Clearly curious. Okay, so blood takes a part in this then.
Well, originally the idea was for it to be your blood. We ended up not we ended up mainly using something else, though.
What is that other thing?
Purple.
And she's gonna try and insight you guys.
I'm not lying. It's purple.
I know. I know. She rolled a total of a 13. Not the best.
I'm gonna roll against it because I just like the idea of like Mavis shows no emotion.
You can roll persuasion if you'd like.
Okay.
You're not lying.
I rolled a 4 though, so even with the +1, I think, right? It's a +1.
That's not gonna do that much.
Nah. I mean, I'm not lying. So.
Huh. You just took a mystery thing and it worked. Man.
We play fast and loose here.
Well. She's taken out her notebook again, scribbled down a few things. She kind of stands to the side and gets a detailed view of the sigils that you inscribed on the floor. That's odd. They look almost like they've been carved in there now. Did your blood do that? Is your blood acidic? I don't think I've ever seen you bleed that much. Well.
Again, it's also partial.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't there before you got back here. Did you just... Is this new? Okay, so it's a fast process. Oh.
Probably takes a while.
In my head? What do you mean? I feel great.
Well,
She's
you
still
know, the
tapping her
better.
foot on the ground. The same rhythm she had with her fingers. What? I'm just happy. I've got my arms back, Andre. Cut me some slack.
Oh, is that what's happening? Do you like have a certain melody or like rhythm stuck in your head by any chance?
Yeah. That's
Mavis is just gonna look at Andre.
that's an odd read. What does that mean?
Oh, did she help you? Oh, okay. Oh, Oh. Okay.
But she kind of side eyes you. I thought you said you were over that. Oh, okay, so it's another brand of crazy. She gives you a bit of a wry smile and pokes you with her elbow. Hmm. Well, it can't be that bad. You guys played with a magic liquid and it worked out. She doesn't look, too wary. Typically, she's more careful with these things. Hmm. It'd be a nice thing. I'm thinking of doing some yoga. Or, maybe some volleyball. She kind of moves her arms, rounding her, not her elbows, her shoulders, kind of getting a feel for him. Looks.
Are we still in our Order Lumiere get-ups? Because Mavis wouldn't have a time to have changed. I'm just gonna go, I think.
Right. I should also get going. Don't mean to be mean, but definitely don't want to be seen with you.
How is everyone alright, by the way?
Oh yeah, everyone's doing okay. They're I think if you've been gone, I understand you've been gone for a while. You probably missed it, but there were some reports we got back, and it's weird. There's not really any enemies coming. No armies mobilized or anything. Looked beyond even our borders. Even the spies didn't see anything. So something weird's going on.
Sounds like that was a test of some sort.
A test of what though?
Now this seems like testing out something they're working on.
You think those monsters were creations or like spells they were trying to get a feel for? And see how effective they were?
Unless has anything come up missing?
There are some people going through the inventories in the treasury. They haven't seen anything gone there. None of our artifacts or anything like that. No texts. I mean, no. It would be weird if they were targeting something in the castle. It would be weird for them to create a distraction there. And that's where they were aiming. 'Cause there'd be more people.
And just to clarify, by them you mean the Holsians?
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be them. Yeah, but who else could it be?
Was she in the room when we were having that discussion with...
It's all the secretive whispering for. Oh, Yeva did tell me about that. The child kidnapper one. Apparently Yeva did say they make monsters out of children. Maybe that. Yeah. It didn't look like children, but I guess they were monsters. Didn't look like they were so in control either. That could actually explain a few things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, yesterday, was mostly setting back up the logistics of it. I don't think anyone's actually been sent away just yet. That takes some while.
But I don't know how she'd feel about speaking to you.
Kinda gives you a small smile. You're definitely not gonna be able to speak to Yeva. I'm sorry. No, she can't. Just think of it from her side. How can she, after the big ceremony there was and everyone still hating you, how can she give you an audience when everyone's so afraid?
Honestly, I'm surprised no one's tried to blame you yet.
Oh, you must not have been out so much.
Oh, no, I went outside.
Oh, well.
That's why I'm saying I'm surprised we haven't been questioned on more official grounds yet.
Well, with you being just acquitted by Lord Yvain, if she did go after you immediately, it wouldn't look so great for her either. So, she's kind of just ignoring you for a moment. She did say something about Lady Lodine handling you, I think. Oof, I wasn't there for that meeting, just said it in passing. Maybe you should go ask about that. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll go ask for you about that.
Yes, I don't understand what's happening. I
Understand that a
don't
little bit.
I don't know if they want to speak to me or Rayla either right now.
Why not?
Well, our affiliations.
Oh, you mean us? Oh, I thought you meant Lady Lodine. Sorry.
Oh no, yes, I'm referring to your queen.
Ah, yeah. If you do, I'm pretty sure if you come up to the palace, you will be turned away. So it's probably just a better idea to not. I'll go ask for you guys. Yeva's not really the kind of person to let those sorts of things slide. So I doubt you just give up on the child cult thing.
Yes, but I believe. Well, I don't know how that ranks against the current threat.
You have to be careful, but if it's only sending you guys out, well, it's not really that much of a loss.
Alright, well. I'm glad you're doing better.
Thanks. She's kind of finishing up the drawing in her notebook. Ah, so nice to be able to draw. You know how hard it is to get Mage Hand to draw a pentagram? Impossible. She closes up the book, seeming satisfied with her work.
Yeah, I would just be careful with any of this.
Yeah. Of course, you gotta be careful. You gotta recite the somatics well, or else the spell goes out of control. I know, don't worry.
Just the powers you end up using might not be what you expect, so be prepared for that.
Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out. Anyhow, I do have some people to go meet today. Thank you very much, Andre. She walks up to you, clasping both of your hands in hers. They feel still a little bit wet and cold. have to give it to you. You won this one. I owe you one. I would have to break your arms first, though. She gives you a playful smile. Anyway, I'll be going now. So, yeah. I'll see you around, Andre. And you too, Mavis.
Can I insight check her when Andre said you would have done the same for me?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. What are you trying to find out with the insight?
I just want to see, is there like any sort of like reaction she has to that?
Yeah. What'd you get?
Oh, I got low. I rolled a. Well, I have a +9, don't I? I do. I have 14.
Pretty good. She rolled a 9 for this one, so it didn't get too much. She gave a bit of a playful smile, the both of them looking at each other, like, yeah.
So no hesitance or anything like that?
No.
Cool. You have friends, Andre.
It's surprising after all this time. What I'd so
Sorry, she had a not fun discussion beforehand. She's a little on edge.
Anyways, I'll get going now. Oh, and by the way, Mavis, just before I go, sorry about the lightning bolt.
Oh, yeah, water under the bridge.
Ah, that's good.
It didn't do much anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but that's a conversation for another time. I gotta go. See you. She goes, and leaves, opening the door and setting on her way. She doesn't ask for directions or anything.
I mean, I was still standing. Not the worst pain I've experienced in my life. Not even the worst pain I've experienced in the last 2 weeks. Doesn't make top 5. I hope she. What? Huh. I hope she doesn't get herself killed. Yeah.
Riela kind of speaks up for the first time in a while. Oh, well, Salika said she'd be passing by soon. She said she was gonna bring a recipe, right? I'm gonna go prepare for that. You two have fun.
What? Oh, are you okay? Bye.
Yeah, goodbye. Glad to have you back, Mavis. Kind of peeks her head in the doorway, back from where she went, and then heads off again.
Is she okay? Are you okay? No. Yeah, I had a. Have you told us everything about the Flint? Like, you've been pretty frank about what's been happening with it, right? Because, I don't know how. Does he, like, kind of listen into whatever you say and do? Ah. Huh. I'm a bit worried about the Flint. What will the after be? Has he? Well, he, what? But that's gonna be everyone's problem. That level of fighting, yes, that's going to probably affect the world order. What are you talking about? The invisible world leaks into the mundane world. They're not, at least from what I understand, they're not parallel lines that never interact or never cross. You don't think two massive hours fighting would have any effect on the mundane world where everyone lives? But we tapped into their powers here. They go into here. What do you think happens to everyone here who has been using the Forge aspect? You don't think a transfer of power would have any kind of echo, or... Oh, I forget. Mavis doesn't know about the people from before, right? Or does she?
You mean the Carapace Bros?
Yeah.
Nope, only Andre. Guess Roxana might have. No, I don't think she got that part.
Oh, you guys, goddamn it. Shit, I can't make my point anymore. Okay. I had to double check there. Like... You don't think that would have effect on us? How? So he wasn't forthright with it. Or they weren't forthright with it. Well, I'm saying when these powers fought initially, remember that vision we had? The sea drained? Or that vision you guys had long ago of these like world-altering events? Oh, I don't think Mavis knows enough for that argument. Fuck. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so I have that the sun essentially disappeared, or the sun was different before. We have that the sea was drained at some point. And we have a very specific image of the Horned Axe having in the giant of them falling. Do you remember that vision we had with Rayla? The sea literally drained when one of the old gods died.
That will affect the tribe population double. Watch out.
Unless it was all metaphorical. We've seen the effects of the aspects in the real world. You know, that shows us where the large points or large influences are. Whenever we go there, everything's fucked up. So, do you think maybe it's maybe not the best idea for them to be fighting? Well, what it... So, apparently disappeared or moved. Thomas reached out to me. Which is... Like, I don't necessarily think he's trustworthy. Or I don't know if we can trust everything he says. But one thing I understand about him is he wants absolute destruction. And he's the one that gave you the directions to the Flint. But he still gave you the path forward. Because...
What?
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no, wait, no, I don't want... Because remember, he was like, oh, it's in your nature to destroy the current life so a new life could follow. Do you not remember that? He literally was like to Mavis.
You remember the bit he liked about it, though. You gotta give him a chance. You're focusing on the shard, the Flint, Andre. And after a few moments, you do manage to bring out the power. It comes to you much more naturally now than it did before. Before, you really were just calling upon the Flint, manifesting it. Now it's like you're just showing the back of your hand, I mean. And after a moment, the world you both find yourself in is the same one Andre you've seen many times, and that Mavis you've seen only once. The ground all around you is black, with streaks of fire through it. Slowly, the process of metamorphosis, growth, renewal is taking place. Yes, Andre Timmer. I understand you and your friend concerns. Address me.
When
Yes.
Mavis is super tense right now.
Do not be afraid, child. I
She's also
mean
gonna
no
like
harm.
glance at her arms real quick.
The hair is standing up.
What?
It's
Oh, more looking for specific tattoos and like to appear possibly.
So you don't have anything.
Yeah,
Not yet.
cool. Great.
Andre though, his are very visible.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, well, our oaths are. He made an oath. I made a deal. They're separate things.
The pact is fairly similar. It's just
I
he's
made
actually
it,
friends with his pact giver.
and I made a deal that doesn't allow me to ask for power.
Mm-hmm.
I really got like tricked into making a deal, but it was my own fault. But yeah, I'm the loser in mine.
Yeah.
She's very aware of this.
Mhm.
It was an act of desperation, but when you're completed, what happens to the beings that remain?
The beings that remain. If by that you mean the mortals, I bear none any resentment nor ill will. The mortals that lived and died while I ruled thrived. For now, I am still observing. I see that you have all stepped far beyond the protection I afforded others. You have taken your world in a direction that I did not choose. And yet, you do not seem miscontent. Things are different. You have lost much that was taken for granted before. And so now I weigh what needs or what should be brought back, and what is better left forgotten. Does this answer your query, child?
Not exactly.
Precise your thought.
When you are completed and this fight occurs, what happens to those who remain?
You mean the hours that eclipsed me and my brethren? For them, conflict is inevitable. My shatterer was strong. A different strength than those that me or my kind represented. She will not tolerate opposition. Yet, through Andre Timmer's expeditions to the Mansis, I have come to learn that the Ivory Dove still exists. And so does the Horned Axe. And so do others that would not see me quieted. I believe there will be strife. That much is inevitable.
What happened last time outside of the menses when you came into conflict?
The shard turns. It's hard to tell if it was facing you before or if it is now. The ground surrounding you on all sides is sprouted now in dense vegetation, rushes teeming with life. This world was changed. Those powers that came did not want destruction. They wanted change. They took this world for themselves. That much I see plainly now. The lives of many people were changed by their arrivals. And in those changes, many others met complete and utter extinction for those that were not carried by the new powers. I intend to bring them back. Those that, through my and my kind's defeat, were exterminated.
And what will be destroyed to make room for them?
I believe the destruction of the new hours will provide plenty of destruction for the creation of something new, or its rebirth. You asked before to Andre Timmer. Oh, wait. No, okay. Sorry, just had to think about something.
Mm.
You asked before to Andre Timmer why I had not been forthcoming about those that worshipped me and my kind. That is because many things have disappeared that you yourself do not know. When I lived, every tree and every stone had a life of their own. Sapience and sentience were not limited to those you call races. Many phenomena had their lives and had their speech. They could express themselves. That is why I have not spoken of them. I understand that some things you have come to know and understand. A rock is only a thing. To try and defy those thoughts you have established in your mind would be pointless and better done by showing it rather than telling it.
Yeah, I do. We found it outside of Trigoth, no?
I can only know for certain for the two you yourself have assembled. The first, where us two, initially met, has lain dormant for many years, beyond the spider that took me in times long, long gone. There was one of the small folk that I met. However, his desires got the better of him. And it was not long before his own folk shunned him. He did not have the ability to assert his will. And so they locked him away, and he let himself perish. I do not know how much time precisely has passed. Perhaps this tale is one that you have heard of. Perhaps it is one that has been lost for ages. As for the park that belonged to Kriegtruk, before being his, it was passed among others of his kind, giants, long-lived. As far as he knew, he was the last descendant of them. Each giant could live well over 10,000 sunrises and falls before reaching adulthood. I do not know how much time has passed since, but that part of me, at last, passed by many hands. He was not the first to try and bring me back, nor was he the last. Indeed, a pact is not something I offer to all those that claim to aid me. Many would only insofar as it suited their own beliefs. They did not have care for the world. Sigtrug was overwhelmed by the conviction of his elders, hardly a person of his own. As for that small folk, the only love he held was for himself. He had no wishes to better this world. You, however, Andre Timmer, I think, are different. I think you I think you hold the interest of this world as most sacred as it should be. And that is why I'm willing to give you my aid. No. To be long is to shed your mortality. To be no is to have passed the stag gate. You are neither. No have knowledge of their own that can prove very powerful and very useful. If you wish to fully bring me back, I believe attaining nohood could be a very potent tool for you. I make myself scars when you go to either that place or the Mansus, lest I be found by more dangerous entities. I've not felt anyone run part of me. However, I have been hiding. If, at some point through your visits to this place, you call upon me, I will be able to spread my influences and seek for myself. If you do that, I'm certain I will find myself. But do not expect it to be met with kindness. How about you, child? Have my answers helped Queeze? No, that's not the word.
Well, Quell?
Quell. That's one. Have my answers help quell your fears.
When you and your like were in control, what color was the sun?
Back then, the sun was white and yellow. The egg unhatching was the sun, rising and falling and changing through the day and night.
And now?
see the sun is pale and orange. Whatever happened of that being that took hold of me and my brethren is long gone. Is that also a part of your fears? To see these newcomers, you worry what they may do. Is that so?
Yes.
Then I bid you discretion and secrecy. For I myself cannot fully shield you, nor Andre Timmer, from them. If I could, I wouldn't be on the path to resurrection.
This is either really dumb or this is gonna have no meaning whatsoever. Recently, I had been told that one of us will doom the world. The
Sorry, your
other.
mic cut out for the last part.
I'm also putting on chapstick on. Recently, I have been told one of us is to doom the world. The other is to doom what remains.
You believe one of these will be you, and the other, Andre Timmer.
I can't say I disbelieve it.
I cannot assuade this fear of yours, nor can I promise that upon my resurrection, everything will go calmly. However, what I can promise you is that I have always and always will work towards the betterment of this world. I cherish it, each of its rivers, its mountains, the trees and stones and people that comprise it, as my own children. And so you will not find wanton carnage and annihilation from me. Do you believe the new gods would say the same to you?
Passive perception? It's 19. I'm able to glance at you. I try not to expect much of any of the gods.
What? Sorry, go ahead.
The reason I say this in front of you is I believe you're going to hear it anyway when I talk to Andre.
I am not wounded by your lack of faith. Your will is your own to decide, and I've no intention of changing that. Consider, however, that ours will live forever. If any of the new gods decide that one day they have had it, they are a fickle bunch. Some, the one that took the shape of a chalice, particularly. And they may very well mold their domain and destroy the part of humanities that depend upon them. It is not a question of if, only when. And they have eternity to enact their whim.
There's never been the death of an hour.
Not so far as I truly know. There is a place lost and forgotten. It dwells underneath the Mantis. And I believe that is where you were cursed, as you described yourself. That place is nowhere. It is where hours and names banished go. Nowhere cannot be escaped. Someone that has been lost there will remain forever. It is a deathless death, one that the Elegiast does not bless.
How do you spell that?
Elegiast. Hold on.
Thank you. Shit, what was the last line?
It is a deathless death, one that the Elegiast does not bless.
Thank you.
The closest an hour could be to killed is there. And yet it seems it can be escaped. You are proof of it. Manifestations of an hour that seems long gone. One that warred with the horned axe. Back when we still ruled. Is manifesting itself through you.
You didn't rule as an hour?
No, I didn't hear the first part of that. Sorry.
You didn't rule as an hour.
I did. The thing that inhabits you did not. They were a symptom, the name of the seven-coiled that was corrupted by corruption itself. Back when it was not yet created, they became it and brought forth true, unstoppable dirt upon the world. And
It's
so they never ruled.
interesting.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's interesting how you know more now than when we had asked you originally.
I have spent much time with Andre Timmer, regaining my past memories. I believe I spoke of this to you when the second part of me was attained. Slowly, that knowledge comes back to me. Soon, I believe, I'll have all that I've lost, except for my power.
I wonder who you'll be when you've regained it all.
Tell me, what is it you think defines a person? It appears you cannot answer this now.
I'm afraid not.
I will tell you my answer. What defines someone, I believe, is what they believe in, their faith. Actions exist only as an expression of that faith, of those ideals. Power is not my faith.
I will say this. I believe you as you are now. Well, I believe you with you being as you are now.
The scenery
I'm
around you has continued to change and grow. From small mounds of dirt, you now stand at the pinnacle of a tower of stone. Around you, vegetation has continued to grow, and you stand on a small platform about maybe 10 meters in diameter. And a long, long root has taken shape of a grandiose tree, with leaves of deep purple, affording you shadow and the comfortable wind. You have more to say.
No, I do it. One last question, I guess. Since you know now, you remember more now than you did before. Does the crown growth ring a bell yet?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
crown growth is the name that I spoke of earlier.
The name of the seven coiled
Yes,
corrupted?
the seven-coiled had
Coiled.
a name who lost himself within himself, became corruption, and so was banished.
Who was the seven coiled?
The seven coiled was among those from stone. It was the first that did not actually come with us, but was born from a wound.
Wound with a capital W.
The W stands for winner. And so that is why, as you asked before, though the crowned growth has become an hour, he never ruled as one. He was banished as soon as he came into existence.
I believe he thinks his kingdom is overdue then.
Do you intend on giving it back to him?
No.
Then I trust we will remain allies stalwart. Or at least, that I shall remain your ally. The world has continued to shift, as you've spoken, and it's getting a little bit hard to understand. The air around you is coalescing into something. It's clearly a form, a shape, an action. It's uncertain what it is. But whatever it is, you can feel it suffusing you in every way, from everywhere, at the same time. Quite intense, and somewhat unpleasant.
I think we might have been here too long.
Yes. Power, even reduced, of one like myself, can be dangerous, sustained. Go now, and if ever you have questions again, contact me.
Thank
You'll
you for your
find
time.
I rarely leave this place.
Thank you for your time.
The flint turns once more. Hard to tell if it's facing you or facing away yet again. Andre, you Sarah do anything? Do not
Does he
have
look like he's in pain? Okay.
the world around you slowly fades away, and you find yourself back in your house, Andre. The same for you, Mavis. Only, Andre, you have an additional feeling for you. Circling you, going up your arms, and making its way into your very core. Strength. And something more. Calling it companionship seems a bit much, but at least you're not alone. Do either of you say or do anything?
Are you alright? What do you mean? Does talking to the have some sort of adverse reaction to you, for you, or? In a moment of character growth, Mavis will not press.
She's become considerate. She's so good at video games now.
Oh my god, yeah. She's learning empathy. Or not empathy, she's learning tact. And how to read human emotions. Well, if you want to talk about it, I'm not going anywhere. Unless, some higher power decides to pull me aside for a chat, then I can't really control that, but
As you say that,
I will punt him through the window. On sight.
I love that. I was just missing. Go ahead.
I figured.
You never know. You should not assume.
So you guys are connected? He sees and hears through you now? So I assumed the same with my own deal, but I had that confirmed. So putting that out there. He was just too excited about you resurrecting the old COD. Which I will admit I still have completely. None of that reassured me whatsoever. Oh? At yourself, or? Feelings never really pay attention to what's right or wrong. I mean, if you want to talk about it, I mean, go ahead, it might help, but I don't know, last time I pressed you on anything, you sort of had a mental breakdown, and I don't want to push you into that again, especially since I don't know when Rayla's coming back. Okay then. I'm just... I don't want to destroy the world. That doesn't sound pleasant for anyone. And then I was told quite happily that we're like the heralds of destruction, and I'm a bit concerned, and there's so much we need to do. Went into what? The original one with the flint? When he had seen moths or something everywhere, or bugs? Yes. This I do remember. And oh, but no, continue. have you? I don't know what reminded you of this back there, but we're most vulnerable when we're desperate. You can think yourself naive for following it, for falling for it, but it's them who took advantage of you. Granted, it's usually easier to be upset with yourself over something. I believe I remember you mentioning something. You didn't go into the details, and I understand making a deal when you think your friend's in danger. You've talked to Rayla about this, though, correct? And she forgave you. Well, that's her prerogative. Now, you forgiving yourself is an entirely different matter. There's no point I see in being angry over with yourself over this. But what value do my words have here? I didn't know about your friend. I'm sorry you had to see that. And that you feel responsible for it. We can always try and find her. If you would like. Even if it's just for closure. And if there's a group that's collecting bodies and keeping them from moving. Imagine it's someone's family. I want them to constantly be questioning where their loved one is. If it's up to you, though. And Andre, keep in mind, we can only know so much. I mean, while we travel, we should look out for them. How about that? Well, that's where we can start. And you never know, maybe this cult we're looking into has more answers than we know. What? What reminded you of this just now? Well, I think he was wrong about something. But he can die. Is he not proof? Mm. So what? You're not gonna start going killing everything you see, right? We're afraid you become a god killer? I think the fact that you're worried about that normally makes you not a psychopath. It's not selfish. Even if it was, I don't really care. If this is something that's bothering you, then of course I want to help. We can find clues and look for new angles while working on our current mission. And as soon as we have time, we can go and fully look for them, if that's what you would like. I think we just have to work on things as depending on how close the deadline is. interfering with death tends to have worldly consequences. Well, yes, but this group that has your friend did. Is that what you made a deal with? What? Wait, what exactly were the terms of the deal?
It's all coming together.
Okay, so it was headless with how many limbs? Was anything red? Or sea themed? Or. No? Oh? 2 arms, 2 legs, no neck. Well, right. So someone definitely described this creature before. I don't remember if it's you originally telling us about this, but this has definitely come up before.
It's come up in both this campaign and Daria wasn't there for that though. Big L Daria.
I could have been so big-brained.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think I was onto something with that sun question I asked with Flint, so. No?
The time where before the sun was yellow. So that's
Yeah.
where That's not a bad line of questioning.
Especially since you referred to it as hatched and now it's unhatched. Or, sorry, unhatched and now it's hatched. Of course, you do the same for me. Also, apparently I can ballroom dance. I didn't know that. It might have been a creepy to someone taking over my body thing, though. I'm not sure. Also, never mind. Maybe we should, yeah, we're still absolutely gonna do your thing, but while we're still doing your, like, after we go to Ruben and deal with the cult and we start learning stuff about what's happening to your friends, I also really think we should be looking into how to maybe fix me. What? No. No, I'm not saying we prioritize any of them over the other. I'm saying we do them all at the same time. If it comes up, then we're like, yeah, okay.
Multitasking genius.
Yeah. But apparently, my thing is progressing faster than I originally had assumed. Also, oh, that's And so Samus kind of hears when we talk, by the way. If I wasn't clear about that before. Oh, yeah, that's how he's listening, through me. What? When? He gets around fast. I just talked to him and he really wanted to dance. I wasn't comfortable. No, it wasn't.
Fans loved it though.
Non-existent fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he's also supposed to, like... remember when we were back in the Nafer and right when we were getting the first flint and we ran into that snake spider, the Snyder creature, and I had a slight panic attack because it called me kin. Something along the lines also happened with Thamus.
I love the concern in that voice.
I don't... Like... I think he would, like, his whole thing is he's supposed to path the way to destruction and then either me or you then destroys everything. But yeah, apparently he's hoping that I will destroy the world and the hours by extension. So maybe your Flint is into that. I don't know, but he also was saying he'd work towards the betterment, but didn't establish what he views as better. He also half answered everything I asked, so I don't think he would have given me a clear answer. Yeah.
Daria wants a 10-page proposal like specific.
I'm saying this. It's in my experience. Well, he also didn't, whenever I asked directly about the casualties, he was like, yes, change is coming.
He didn't submit the 200-page application for the policy changes he liked at the community meeting.
He didn't talk about...
I've not seen
you know what I
campaign
mean.
trail once.
You know what I mean. When I asked about casualties, he's like, yes, change.
He doesn't have a grassroots movement, let me tell you what.
So, you know, and he was like talking about how he's still not sure about what he wants to bring back and what he wants to change and how he get rid of what he wants to change. We also only had a special... I said I believe him, that he doesn't want power, he just works for the better of mankind. I believe him when he says that, and that's his current, like, belief right now. But I also understand that there are very powerful beings that tend to work on the macro scale. And that those kinds of changes, well, things need to be destroyed to make room for them. He referred to me as part of the destruction that's natural in order for new life to take place. But the pace of what it happens, I don't know if fast forwarding it is the best idea. We're not deciding that, though. Do you think any one of us should? You think us in our position can show them the good sides to the mortal realm? Me. I am quite literally a plague, meant to corrupt everything as it stands.
That's precisely word.
We all have. We are going to get a very clear picture, I think, in the upcoming weeks.
Ouch.
You yourself have also. You faced your own execution. And you came back. I gave one hell of a concession, though. Apparently, I still haven't cashed in that favor. Or he still hasn't used his favor. I can't exactly let them keep doing it, especially if I'm the result that they're hoping for.
Yeah.
That's very sweet of you. But I... I've been trying so hard not to say humanity every single fucking time.
You can just say humanities with an S.
Mm. It just sounds better in my brain.
Mm.
I guess if I were to disagree with you for most of that, I'd be a hypocrite. Thank you. You're also fairly kind yourself, right? Oh, you willingly came back here and face the consequences, and you still bear them no ill will. Still hate you for it. Hell, you forgave me after I threatened you. So there are probably better ways I could have handled that, so. Maybe scum of the earth. Will that be enough, though? Yeah, and any of their followers, they're all so creepy. alone? Or so they're kind of upset with us outside. Then, after you. Have we been in the bathroom the entire time?
Yes. Yes.
Dibs on the bathtub. I was just
so-
chilling in the bathtub, like just lying down in the bathtub,
I see.
as if it was a therapy chair.
Hygiene.
Oh wow, you're going through the theater district?
I
You're
wonder
brave.
who he's trying to see. And who did he act with? Any, any special memories you'd like to talk about? So Mavis stays at the house while Andre goes for a walk. Alright?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. Then Andre, you get a message. A voice begins to speak in your mind. You're about maybe 20 minutes into your walk. It's beginning to be nighttime. You've been speaking for a while now. Oh, Andre, I spoke with Yeva, and Lady Lodine will receive you. She says to come by her hotel. You know it. It's the Du Grand Lac edifice. She says she's at the top floor. Her window will be open, she says. Oh, and be discreet. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're not a rogue anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go back and pick up Mavis, she does have pass without a trace.
It doesn't make him invisible, for the record.
It
Flying is a
doesn't,
great
but it
spell.
does add it adds a +10.
The voice begins to fade away. Oh, and by the way, congratulations with Bethrina. I always thought you'd make a cute couple. I can. Mm-hmm. I can hear you. I can't believe you though. In the middle of everyone? Really? I always thought you'd be more discreet. She giggles a little bit, and her voice fades away. You can hear her, however, hum something in the background as she leaves.
Need some help? Alright.
How are we feeling, by the way? Are we good to keep going, or are you guys tapped out?
I'm a little tired, but I can keep going, I think.
I'd say an hour more.
Yeah, that should be okay.
Should be good. So, Andre, you go back to the house. And there you find, as you get closer by, you can see through the window, the light in the kitchen is still on. You can see Rayla and her mentor's silhouettes. The two of them appear to be still hard at work. However, they're very clearly more focused on one another. They're talking, it seems to be emotional. Besides them, the house completely dark. You've passed by many guards. Each of them have kept a close watch on you. But you're home now, where it's safe and intimate. What do you do?
I mean, I can disguise you or I can help you hide. Which one do you need? Oh, I don't have a disguise kit, actually. Fuck. I have proficiency in it, but I don't have it. Again, I have Pass Without Trace, and I have Polymorphs.
Polymorph is a great spell.
I think I have Polymorph. Yeah, I still have it. I still have it prepared.
Or are you gonna be a druid that doesn't have polymorph? Might as well be a wizard that doesn't have fireball. Mm-hmm. You use the mask for that?
Do you want me to come with you? I literally can transform into a tiny animal. Well, no! I have invisibility, I'm good. What I was thinking of. What, couldn't I cast invisibility and still use wild shape?
Yes, wild shape doesn't take up your concentration. However, keep in mind that, does it? I don't know if you break your wild shape if concentration breaks as well.
Use your
I'll look into that, but I'll say, like, if you fall 10 stories as a squirrel, probably the concentration is gone.
Yeah. And what is my CR? Max CR is 1. Okay. I keep mixing up the polymorph stuff with the wild shape stuff now.
You could polymorph Andre as a bird, and then you become like an ant.
I can turn you into a bird so you fly onto the window.
Both of them be birds, please. You can be the bird and the bro.
I can be a bird and I can turn you into a bird, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, it's my dream. Can one of you be a goose?
Alright. Oh. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to pick an animal that I can be real quick. Can I just be like a normal bird in this area? For wild shape?
Could be a pigeon. Wild shape, I don't know. You gotta be level 8, I think. So yeah, actually you're level 9. You're good.
Yeah. I just want to be just like a normal everyday bird.
That's not nearly goth enough.
I'll be a crow then.
You can be any bird you want.
I'll be a crow.
Okay. That's good.
And before I turn myself into a crow, however, I will cast invisibility on Andre.
I think that lasts 1 hour, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Can you get there in an hour? DM, can you get there in an hour?
You guys could get there in an hour if you don't have anything stop you or make your path more difficult.
Alright. I'll cast invisibility and then wild shape into a crow. And follow him from the air.
Do you have a particular species of crow that you'd like to turn into?
I just want to be a black crow.
Okay. It's not a hard place to find. The Du Grand Lac Grand Edifice is the most prestigious hotel in town, and it's pretty clear. There's not a lot of buildings here that stand above 15 stories. This is one of the very few that does.
Would I be able to sense Andre because of the whole Flint shit, regardless of where he is?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You just cast detect magic, you could, yeah.
I have it. Yeah, I have detect magic in my eyes. That's at will, son.
Yeah. You can find them from across the fucking sea.
It's just a beacon.
Of the house? What? Oh. Oh, okay, but it's better for the window. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you make your way out, and you find yourself at night. It's more peaceful now. Looking up, the stars seem almost friendly. There's not a lot of people out and about, but the people that are out and about, particularly in this side of the city, are particularly actually happy. You see a lot of people moving back and forth with carts filled with seemingly heavy boxes. You make your way through it fairly easily enough. The guards are looking around. They seem nervous. The people that are moving around, though, they're doing pretty good. You make your way through, you arrive at the entrance of the theater district. You have many memories here, many recent ones too. Last time it was a fiasco. But it doesn't seem like there's any performances tonight. You make your way fairly easily enough. You pass by a few drunken people. You wouldn't expect them. They don't seem to be, the way they're dressed, they don't seem to be just louds hanging about. They seem to be higher positioned. Make your way, and you arrive ahead of the Du Grand Lac Grand Edifice. It's a massive building standing atop of its 15 stories. Each of them is decorated differently. You go through many themes, even on the outside. Some people would say that it lacks cohesion, or that it's ugly. Others would call it a work of art. Along the outside facade, there's ornamentations that change in materials and shapes and styles with each and every story. You go from deep, dark woods and lush emerald that reminds you of the forest to deep blues and small prickles of silver that reminds you of the cosmos. It ranges through a variety of themes, and it's exceptionally colorful. There's small magical lights that are put everywhere around the facade, and gives a almost ethereal or magical allure to the building. There's two great doors that stand atop, a few short flight of golden stairs, and you now are at the entrance of the Du Grand Lac Grand Edifice. It's 15 stories. You look around trying to find the window. The building itself is a pentagon. So you look around trying to see the different sides. You find it. It's kind of to the side of it. At the top floor, and there's actually not that many rooms. There's only one for each of the sides of the edifice. And so it's not too hard to find which room in question you should be looking out for. Only one of them has a window opened. As for feet, I think typically a story is about, what, 10 feet?
I think so.
So you'd be looking at about 150 feet. Hope you got some good grappling hooks under your belt.
You could have just been a bird. Okay, so it's actually 14 feet.
14 feet. So thank you, Daria.
For
Give
due
me some-
diligence.
It's because you're a man of character. You're a man of devotion to ideals. And yeah, that does make it 210 feet.
Ooh. Ooh.
On some of them, but not on the lower ones. You'd have to clear the first 10 stories to get to the balconied areas.
Cool.
After the 10th story, essentially every floor has them. However, below that, not really. There are ornaments that stick out more than others. There's some gargoyles on some of them, the classic. A couple of them seem to be more themed after, like I said, the forest before. So for that one, there's small branches that come out. They're probably not real. Are they stable enough to support your weight? That's a question.
Should have. You should have just turned into a bird.
Is the Du Grand Lac Grand Edifice. You should have known better, Andre Timmer. Ah, but you forget you no longer have rogue levels. So, can you describe how you try and climb? Are you gonna ruin the facade of this building? That would be really funny. Because it would stop at a balcony, so everyone would think you stopped 5 floors below where you're at. Like, what the fuck is going on? This room was empty. Yes. In the theater district, there's a lot of buildings that stand out. Right next to this one is one of the bigger theaters. Itself, it's more of a base heavy construction, so it's built a as a circular piece with a big dome on top of it. However, it does have three long spikes that jut out from the ceiling, well, the roof more, and kind of mix upon one another, twisting and turning onto one another. That could get you. The spikes themselves are quite high. That could get you a good 100 feet up. All right. This one's a bit easier to scale. There's a couple of windows at the earlier levels. Kind of jump on those. Roll me in athletics. DC for this will be 12. Um, I'd say so. Yes. You can have advantage. I mean, the DC was 12, so you're good. You climb a climb on top of it. It's not too hard. As I said, there's big windows that allow you an easy grip, and once you're onto the dome, it's just a matter of being careful not to fall off. You make your progress slowly but surely. And you now find yourself ahead of the spikes, which are all extremely smooth, made out of metal. And it just occurs to you now that if you fall, you could accidentally impale yourself on the sides of it. Hmm. Hopefully not. Secrets from Beyond the Grave, is that is that a concentration spell? The one you use to give yourself proficiency in stealth. That's good. Alright. But yeah, you give yourself guidance. You're clever. Roll athletics. This one will be 3 checks. Each of them with a DC 10, 12, 15. Yes. Oh no. What you gonna do, baby girl? Alright. You climb up the first spear. It's a bit of a checkpoint. At the point where they twist and turn, there's kind of a loop. So you can kind of just stand there, take your breath. And if you fall back, you might be able to catch yourself back on this particular piece. Go ahead for that second roll as you try and make your way through the second of the third pieces of the journey. 15. You also pass that. You make up your way through the twisting place. It's not too rough. You make your way through. And you arrive at another jolting part. How do I spell? Like, just like before. It kind of loops and you have a place to have a respite. Go ahead to do the third one. Nice. You're just built different. You keep climbing until you arrive at the top of the spires. You stand on top of the spiky bit. It's not exactly sharp. It's not meant to be viewed from so close. But you're on top of it. Now you're standing about maybe 40 feet um, horizontal to the building, and at about 50, maybe 70 feet below, um, below the balconies. It's a gorgeous view, though. From where you are, you can see the city below you, each of the tiny houses with their tiny lights, the people going to and fro. It's a peaceful view, a view worth protecting. Ooh. The balconies? I think it's 60 feet. Let's find out. I see. That's unfortunate. Um, 30 feet then. So I said you were about 50 feet horizontal and 70 up. What's your long jump? You've got a 9 for strength, so it's probably not that much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Not one that you'd have an easy landing through. There's a couple of windows that are open, but you'd need to make your way to the building. It's 50 feet to the side of you. It's a bonus action, right? I'd say you could cast it twice in one round because you're not in combat. Yeesh. I'm pretty sure not because a grappling hook is its separate item, but let's find out. Climbing gear. Hmm. Where where even is your climbing gear? I don't see it in your. I know you had it because you used it a while back. Oh, maybe you. No, it doesn't. Hmm. Hmm. It's a climber's kit. I see. Boot tips, gloves, and a harness. Yeah, you do. You can. That would be very D&D. Well, I can tell you what would be loud: casting fireball on yourself at 5th level. The material itself seems to vary. On the outer side, there are some bits that are made of wood. Most of it seems to be made out of worked stone material, so bricks and the like. There are some few bit that are made of out of metal, and some other that like I mentioned before, there's gargles and the like that stand out a little bit. What? Yeesh. If only you had someone who could shoot arrows through stone with you. It's ball bearings. These things are really tiny. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Not not really, because you would fall for 3 seconds, and that would bring you very close to the ground already. So you would already be you wouldn't be making much progress. You need a way to get closer just a little bit. Yeah, if you collapse against a building, you could cast melt into stone. What's stopping you? Okay, so you can Misty Step once, um, and do the 30 feet. As for the running start, is there anything you can roll to try and make yourself run more? Oh, okay. Give me just one moment. Yeah, yeah, no worries. No worries there. All right. So, okay, so if you're making a standing long jump, um, that's half of your strength mod. Not your strength mod, your strength. So that would be 4.5 feet. So you can cover 34.5 feet. What I'll do is you can roll an athletics check, and I'll let you add a half of that to the your total distance if you want. Go ahead. 19 half. That's good. Did you already had guidance? Okay, so that's 9.5. Plus the 4.5, that brings you to 13. So you're 43 feet. Um, no, not 43. 44 feet. Close. You have only 6 feet to cover. As you have quite a distance, I'll say you can hit the building before you actually fall to the ground. And so from there, you could cast melt into stone, or you could cast your second Misty Step. However, you did fall. It's been 3 seconds. It's supposed to be 10 meters squared per second. That's 30 feet per second. So you fall in 90 feet. You're getting pretty close to the ground. That's midway through your movement. It's been 3 seconds. You've Misty Stepped once. You have managed to close the gap between you and the building with that added roll. So you could Misty Step again, although you have fallen 90 feet, or you are close to the building. There's windows. All right. As you whirl past a gaggle of windows, you find one. Do you try and look for anything in the window you pick, or you just pick the first one you see? So welcome back, Daria. No worry, you didn't miss that much.
Are you still fucking climbing?
Okay, so no, you just pick the first one you see. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna roll a D100. Got my shiny metal dice. I'm gonna whip out for this. And this building has 5 sides. And I'll say at the levels you're at, it has 5 windows per side. Only one of them will be empty. If I roll under 50 and not a multiple of 5, you're good. Let's find out.
Wait, did you make any progress on the building?
A little bit?
I-
Okay,
do you
so
want-
that's an 87. You teleport through the first room that you can see, the first window. The light is off, so it's probably safe, right? Except it is night, and you find yourself as you come crashing down into the room, surprised as some people wake up. They're sleeping in luxurious beds. You're currently at the cosmic level, so the room itself is decorated to look with little stars and moons and light. There's small golden implements to kind of mimic the lighting even in darkness. It's pretty nice looking. And from where you are, there's 2 people that kind of jump back from their bed where they were just lying down, sleeping. The 2 people, a man and a woman, seem to be about in their 50s. And they are clearly what's going on? The both of them kind of try and get their glasses to see what's going on. Yeah. For that, by the way, you've got 10 minutes left. Make a stealth check. Um, yes, and I'll say even double advantage because not only are you invisible, it's really dark right now. You're like doubly hard to see. +4. That will do the job. 26. You kind of scoot away from the elderly. The the woman herself seems a little bit afraid. She's grabbing onto a small candle holder, trying to light a candle. The man himself has gotten up, kind of wielding his cane like it's an actual weapon. Oh, what's going on here? What? What? There's what? Martha, did you see that? The 2 of them kind of started rambling to one another, and you yourself scoot away. You've made your way away from there, but there comes a striking realization. The door needs to be opened. There will most likely be light on the other side of the door. How deal with that? Yes, however, prestidigitation I'm pretty sure has a verbal component. Yeah, verbal and somatic.
Would Bird Mavis have seen anything about him entering this place or no?
Probably he teleported to get in, so you probably would not have. You've seen him kind of just dangling on top of a spire on the side of a neighboring theater, then jumping off an impressive distance actually, making 43 feet of distance, including a 30 feet, of course, of teleportation, and then casting Misty Step a second time, and then disappearing inside the hotel. Unless you were at eye level for him, so like following him through the fall, probably would not have seen which room he would have gone in.
I probably would have been a bit above him.
Mm-hmm. There is tapestry and wallpaper here. Typically, buildings, the interior at least, aren't made of stone because it's a very heavy material. The outside maybe, but typically that's closer to the base.
Hold on. Can I try and sense where he is?
Yeah. How do you do that?
Because if I would recognize how the flint feels like at this point, could I try fly closer to the building and try and sense where he is via that way? Cool.
Yeah. Make an Arcana check.
Yep.
You're looking for the corpse of a dead god, so it won't be too hard.
Yeah. Okay. Roll. I have a 17.
17 will do it. You try and feel magical energy surrounding you, and you find a few. In the building, there appears to be 4 of them that are notable. The first, the flint, you can feel clearly underneath you. It's inside the building, it's burning up. The 2 of the others are on a room that's very high above you. One of them gleams in an orange light. It seems powerful, but it doesn't seem violent. The second one is shrouded in shadows of itself. You can feel it sucking up your vision as you get closer. It's hard for you to really tell exactly where they are. You just know kind of the general place. As for the fourth one, it's weaker. This one is more pushing, more passionate. It's further away. You can't really pinpoint it that much, but it seems to be changing a little bit. So yeah, you can tell where Andre is.
Okay, so what I can try and do is distract them outside the window by just being an annoying bird.
Yeah?
And make enough noise so you can just creep out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound alright to you? Yeah, how about my thing where it's just a bird that's making... Do they have a balcony? Did he get high enough that they have a balcony?
No, he fell a long way. You
Do
have
have a
3
window
seconds
sill?
of uninterrupted falling, so that's about 90 feet.
Alright, is there any, like, windowsill or something?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna start singing as a bird.
Roll performance.
I have my charisma modifier as... Since I'm well shaped, I keep my charisma.
Yep.
I've also been using the stat block for an owl.
Yeah, that's fair. No worries.
Okay. Oh, that's a 19. Alright. 30-20.
Nice. Tell me how good of a song you sing.
Honestly, the only thing going through my head right now is, like, trying to coo out, like, Blackbird by the Beatles. Just a tiny little bird, like singing sadly at the windowsill.
As you sing, you can see the man and the woman turn to you. The woman slaps the shit out of the man. Andre, you can hear her say, "Arthur, that's just a bird. Go to sleep." You can roll another stealth check. Um, this time no advantage because what you're stealthing is the light, not you.
Wait, they're not both facing me?
Yeah, you're right. They are facing you. Yeah, that's advantage for that. That's true. Darius giving you a good distraction. Ooh, that's pretty good. I love this song, by the way, Daria.
Pulls really far away from my mic for this.
I love that. You open the door slightly, Mavis. You can barely see it from where you are, since you have direct line of sight. The door opens slightly ajar, and Andre, you squeeze yourself through a very small opening. The couple doesn't even have time to realize what's happened. And you're now out into the hall. Arthur goes back to sleep, and Martha kind of waves at the little bird. You can hear her lightly through the window. Good night, Mr. Bird.
Maybe just like jump a little bit as a bird and then fly off.
Oh, so cute. You fly off, and we'll turn back to Andre. As you yourself, like I
Saved
said,
your
no
ass.
issue at all getting to where you need to be. You just fly there.
Yeah, I saved your ass.
Yeah. And Andre, you now find yourself in the prestigious and luxurious halls of the Du Grand Lac Grand Edifice. The floor is carpeted, thick, plush. It's a very comfortable walk. You probably have been here before. So you know that there's two ways up. An elevator or stairs. And you also know you have 10 minutes left of invisibility. You'd have to hurry. It's it's about 10 stories. So it can be done. You're in pretty good physical shape. Your constitution is +2. So you make your way through the halls, trying not to be seen. And you make your way without trouble. There's not that many people out at this point. As you arrive at the elevator, it's a great pentagonal piece. The door, metallic grates, are currently closed, but you can kind of see through them, and you can see that the cart, the actual elevator, is below you. There's 2 buttons on either side, a little arrow that goes up and a little arrow that goes down. Both of the buttons are made of a pearl-like material that's not trimmed but outlined in a gold piece. Very fancy. I love that. You tap it. Alright. It takes a few moments and the elevator piece arrives. Inside there's actually some people that go to exit. 2 of them are fairly well-built men, both of them wearing black suits. They make their way out of the car pretty quickly, having no intention to give you time to get out. They don't know you're there. They're in a hurry. Where did you just kind of stand in front of the elevator?
So he'd be between them.
Mm, the thick, burly man just past you. There. Sorry, go ahead. And there's a woman inside. She herself seems also fairly well built, but a little bit differently. Her upper body is very well sculpted, but her lower body not so much. Maybe she's a bodybuilder? Well, either way, she also makes her way out, and she's taking a lot of space. You can see why there's only 3 people that fit in that elevator.
Good thing Andre's a twink.
Yeah. Are you gonna try and defend yourself, Mr. Tiny Legs?
Mr. What was it? 9 strength?
Yeah. You slink in. What do you do? You tap it, and you start going up. Go up and up and up. Passing by many floors, you whirl past different designs. There's one of them that looks like it was themed after a volcano. Another one of them seems like it was built trying to mimic a ghost place, with faux dilapidation put upon them. Of course, tastefully. I pass by many other designs, some of them more interesting than others. And you arrive at the 13th floor. As the elevator whirls to a stop and the door opens, 2 people go to get in.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, she gave you the specific floor, was it 13th? Okay.
Well, it was. They're just getting on.
Yeah.
No. So you stay in the elevator? Alright. You try and kind of squeeze. The 2 women get in. Both of them are carrying small trays. One of them is dressed in a maid's outfit. The other one, however, isn't. On the tray, she has a little pile of books, kind of stacked cleanly. And both of them kind of stand in corners. The maid is pushing a little cart that goes, and it almost pushes against you. You can try to make a deck save to get it the hell out of the way. DC will be 10. $16, that's pretty good. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you had proficiency in Dex because Rogue. Because you were a weak, pathetic human. And he says Andre being the most powerful he's ever been. You nimbly move out of the way. She wasn't exactly trying to hit you, it was just kind of a cart that was going to crush you. So you move to the side. One of them taps the 14th button, the other one 15. The lady carrying the books get out. The lady with the tray gets out at the 15th. The door opens and goes to close. I assume you exit. Alright. You walk off, and you suddenly have the realization. Which side was the window open again? You can't see the open window from outside. From inside, I mean. The place is pentagonal, and the hallway itself kind of loops inside. So no, there's no hallway that actually connects to the outside. Not here. You can see along each of the 5 faces of the building is one of the doors, but there's obviously no window looking into each of the rooms. I see, I see. There were only 5 windows because there's only 5 rooms.
Penthouse.
So yeah, there's only 5 places, so you could have memorized it. You're pretty sure it's this door. You kind of keep going down the hall a little bit. And you face the northeast direction. Pretty sure it's this one. You can roll if you'd like. You're pretty sure. I see. Yeah? You say anything? Alright. Then you make that, and a few moments afterwards, you hear footsteps coming closer to the door and opening it. As you do, you see, well, not as you do, as it does, you see a familiar face. And we will turn to Mavis for a moment. Mavis, you were flying as a bird, being beautiful and singing a great song. What you doing?
Honestly, I'm kind of curious about some of these things I sensed.
You gonna go try and investigate some of them?
I mean, if I can glance stuff from the window, but like, I don't want to jeopardize what we're currently doing. So only if I can glimpse anything from the windows.
Yeah. The one that seems closest to you, just because of the altitude, is the one that's shown of Grail. This one seemed to be a little bit weaker than the other, not as prescient. You could go and check it out. It doesn't seem to be too far from a window. It's probably inside a room. The other two are far higher. Both of them seemingly being quite close. You can pinpoint the orange, the forge one, more easily than the other. The other one seems to be almost a cloud of shadows. Both of them seem to be at either the highest point of the building or one of the higher points.
Well, since I'm assuming it's going to take a minute or two for Andre to get up there, I'm going to first look at the one that's close to me. Again, just glancing through the window, see if I see anything. And since even if, because I'm using the owl stat block, I do have dark vision 120 feet.
Nice. What's your stealth?
My stealth is plus. I have a +3 to stealth.
Do you have a feature that gives you advantage? I think owls have that, right?
No, I have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight, and I have a ability that doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when I fly.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I don't have advantage of stealth.
You make your way around the building and get closer to the Grail. You can see that the window is shut. It leads inside a room. It's on one of the upper level, about the 8th. And you can see there's someone inside. They seem alone. And they're devouring something. The person is fairly thin, svelte. They look almost emaciated. Through the window, you can only see a little bit because of the silver lighting from the moon jotting down. The person's lights inside the room is shut. Holding whatever it is they're eating in both of their hands, they're absolutely digging into it. You can see juices splotching down on the desk. They clean it up after a few moments, taking it up with their finger. You could probably get a better look if you got a bit closer.
Yeah, why not?
Get closer, make a perception check if you'd like to see more.
Yep. And I have advantage. That's perception is wisdom, so I have my normal stat for perception. So that's a 23.
23 is pretty good. Do you attempt to be stealthy as you do this? Or are you just gonna fly down?
I'll be like stealthy like a bird normally is, so I'll roll for stealth, but more because birds are so graceful. And
They
you don't
are
always hear
graceful.
them when they land somewhere.
Yeah, they are graceful. They're great. I love
This one
birds.
I didn't do as well on. This one is a 9.
9, I see. As you land on the silo of the window, something creaks underneath your foot. You can see there was a bit of porcelain? What? Looking down, you can see it appears to have had a cup just on the silo. The cup appears to have been empty, but you can see a remnant of some liquid inside. The creature turns to you with 2 blank eyes.
Creature? Oh.
As it turns to you, it sees you, and it almost sighs in relief. It gets up and seemingly regains its composure. Its features become much more human as it gets closer and closer. Maybe it was just a trick of the lighting.
Oh. Please. Please don't eat me. I'm not actually a bird.
As the creature nears the window, it goes to open it, and you can see that behind them, where they were eating, appears to be the carcass of a small animal of some variety.
Oh, yeah, now I'm gonna immediately and like big bird wing movements and get out of the way.
It tries to grab you as you do. Make a dex save.
Oh, I'm okay. I can't go too wrong, right? Not 20! Not 20!
That's a good roll. It would have been awkward for Andre to explain what happened. He would have been confused. As the creature tries to go and grab you, its dark brown hair flies in the wind as you yourself make your escape. And you had an early start and you needed it. The person or the thing's movement got suddenly a lot quicker after opening the window. At first it was almost inviting. An unsuspecting compatriot might have been tempted. And they would have been devoured. The creature's long, thick claws snap around nothing but empty air as you yourself get the fuck out of there. The creature shuts the window and goes back to eating.
So I see that they have brown hair. How pale are they? Just out of curiosity.
In the silver moonlight, they seem a little bit pale. Not that much. They must have a more dark skin tone.
Mm. Let me just put in the fact that moved unnaturally in there. Moved. I was just curious. I'm gonna fly up again. I would have recognized them. I'd
The
seen them in human form.
Yeah, the werefox was a woman.
Yeah. She was my friend's parent.
Mm-hmm. She liked
But
you,
yeah.
kind of. She even gave you her claw that you're gonna try and turn into a spear.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't meet her after that. That would be really awkward. Really? Like, hey, you give me a bit of your hair. I used it to make a toothbrush.
It's electric.
Gave me a... What part would that be? You gave me a bit of your...
The head.
I don't even... Okay, anyhow.
Like the head of whatever.
We're gonna...
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up to the other things I saw.
You fly back up, and you land on the... Well, no, you don't land just yet. You find yourself at the highest point in the building. The highest rooms. The large windowed area is open. There's a small door meant to keep mosquitoes and the like out, that's kept shut. However, there's small windows to the side that are left open, and the grand doors that lead to the balcony are also open. You can see inside there's 3 people, one of them sitting in a chair. You can't make out too many details. The other 2, you recognize fairly easily. One of them, a man with impeccable hair and clear, well-delineated musculature. There is Yvain, Knight of the Lion. As you look upon the other person, the maid, Lynette. She appears to have seen you first, and she's already walking towards you.
Oh,
With a pleasant
find
smile
the
on her
shadow
face.
stuff first. Okay. Oh, she's the shadow thing. Okay. Andre, you really got the top of the elevator at this point, right? Oh, okay. Okay.
She goes and opens the mosquito door. Closing it behind her once more, she gives you a small bow. Please, come inside.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll listen, but I'm gonna stay in bird form.
As she sees that you stay in bird form, she offers a finger. If you'd like.
I just made a coo sound.
Okay, so you don't land on the finger.
You know what? Sure. Why not?
You land on her outstretched finger, and immediately as you do, you feel darker. It's hard to put into words, but you feel like a shadow. Just a little bit, anyway. She smiles at you and brings you back inside.
I'm gonna do the bird head tilt at her.
She does the same back to you. And outside you hear a bell ringing. She goes and approaches the door. And that is where we'll end the session. Can't believe you got up a hotel. Good job.
I really could just turned it into a bird.
Yeah, it really worked. You had it What was the idea? What was the idea?
I'm like so curious now about who that person is
That's,
that I
you,
almost got murdered
Ooh.
by.
Okay.
if you want to go exploring, that's something you can do.
Oh, I just realized I don't think
Can
my
I go
audio got
looting in the
recorded.
rooms?
Sorry, what did you say, Donnie?